Hello lovelies, I'm Christina. This concludes the vlogs for the BookTubeAthon. The last 2 days I didn't vlog that much. It was just because I didn't read that much, so I didn't have that much to show you that was actually relevant to the readathon. But I did read quite a lot during the whole readathon, so I think it's time to wrap it up for you guys. On the whole, I ended up finishing 4 books. I read 915 pages in total, and I finished the challenge for reading a book with a person on the cover, a book in a day, reading a book only outside, and reading a book you bought because of the cover. So the first book that I finished during the readathon was The Light Fantastic by Terry Pratchett, the second book in the Discworld series. This is a really weird series, but I do like it. It is just so fantastical and utterly weird. I do really want to continue on though. I think I ended up giving this 3 stars. Then I started reading Ashman and the Holocaust, which, as I told you, I struggled a bit to get through. I didn't finish this. I still am going to continue on with it and read it through because I think it's really interesting, but it was just too intense and too heavy for a readathon, and I just had to put it down. The next book I read was Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, and oh my gosh, this is probably one of my all-time favorite books now. I've read it twice actually. I read it once during the readathon and I've read it a second time after that. It's just so beautifully written. Oh, it breaks your heart and puts it back together and then breaks it all over again, and it goes like this for a roller coaster during the whole thing, and the illustrations are really simplistic but beautiful, and everyone should read this book. It's one of the most beautifully written books I've ever read. So there's that, 5 stars. Then for the book that I wanted to read during one day, I chose a graphic novel, which I showed you in my vlog, and that was Monstress by Marjorie and Takeda, which is a story about a girl who has a monster living inside of her. It's really dark, it has some really interesting magical elements to it. Highly recommend it. Super interesting, and I definitely will continue on with the series. I gave it a 4 stars. Sorry about the noise, but Mork is chewing a bone, so. And the last book that I finished during the readathon was Random by Alma Alexander, the first book in the Weir Chronicles. This is a story about shapeshifters. It was interesting, but a bit too teen angsty for me. But the one thing I will say about it that I really liked is that the fact that it is a YA novel, but it has no romance in it, which I thought was ace. I think we lack YA novels that doesn't focus solely on a romance, and this was more of a coming-of-age story, but with fantasy woven into it, and I thought it was interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on with this series, but maybe. I think I ended up giving it 3 stars. And then for the last day of the readathon, which I didn't really read much, but I did start a book, and I did start reading Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I got 34 pages into this and I'm still reading it. Really enjoying it so far. I think it's really interesting and I look forward to seeing where this goes. So that concludes the BookTubeAthon of 2017. I had so much fun. It's so weird that it's over. But I really enjoyed myself. I didn't have as much time to read as I wanted to. I wish I could have just taken the whole week off to just read, but you know. I ended up reading quite a lot, and I'm proud of myself for what I got through during the readathon. I look forward to next year's BookTubeAthon. I want to say thank you to everyone who contributed to the BookTubeAthon, all the sponsors and everyone who's making the videos and challenges. You guys are amazing. You make this such a treat every year. And I also want to say thank you to all you guys who were rooting for me during the readathon, and you were commenting on the videos and liking and being there and sending supportive words on Snapchat and Instagram. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in my next video soon. Goodbye!